Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button, like and also share this video, and also put on your notification bell so that you can get notified after I post a new video. Here in this video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a trendy pajamas shirt. So without so much of delay, let's get straight into it. So this is the pattern paper I'll be using, and beside it is the measurement I'll be using to sew this pajamas shirt. So what I'm currently doing now is for me to get all the lines out, the basic bodice line, which are the bust line, the waist line, and of course the top length line. And I added 2 inches allowance to the top length. So the next thing I'll be doing is for me to get the chest line. So our shoulder is actually 18 inches, so I added 2 inches allowance to it so that the pajamas can be a bit loosened on my customer. I don't want it to be too fitted on my customer, so I added 2 inches allowance to it. So now what I want to do is for me to get my armhole curve. I divided that line into 2, then I got the division part, the half part, then I came out with by 0.5 inch so that I can be able to get the curve. But mind you, this first armhole curve is for the front, and our shoulder slant that I used here is 1 inch. Our neckline is 3 inches by 1 inch. 3 inches by 1 inch. So I went ahead to join the curve together, and I will also get the straight line at our shoulder slant. So after this, I'll be getting the shoulder curve, the armhole curve rather, the armhole curve for the back part. The armhole curve for the back part is not meant to go in as that of the front part. So once I'm done with that, I need to get all my measurements on the pattern paper. For my bust, I added 2 inch. I divided the bust by 4, then I added 2 inches allowance to it, to everything. And the top part, I divided my hips because I don't want a situation whereby the shirt is looking funny on my customer. So the top length part, that part must be the hips part. So I divided the hips by 4, then I added 2 inches allowance to that part also. Alright, so I'm done with the back. The next thing I want to do is for me to get the front. And for me to be able to get the front, since we are dealing with a shirt, I added 1 inch extension to it. And of course, normally it is meant to be 2 inches extension, but I added 1 inch extension to it because I will be turning the front part with a fabric and not folding the extension in. So I need to duplicate all the lines on the back part. I need to duplicate them on the front part. So what I'm currently doing is for me to get all the lines on the front part. So I'm done with that. For my neckline for the front part, I'll be using 3 inches by 3 inches, 3 by 3 inches for the front part. And the next thing I'll be doing now is for me to get the lapel part. It's for me to get the front lapel part. So I'll be coming down by 8 inches for the lapel front part because I don't want it to be too low. So I came down by 8 inches. Then I'll be coming out at that neckline. I'll be coming out with an extension of, after the first inch extension, I'll be coming out with an extension of 0.75, or probably you can use 1 inch, but I came out with 0.75. So for the front, the triangular shape at the front part, so I came out from the 1 inch extension, I came out by 2 inches because I don't want the lapel to be too wide. I don't want it to be too wide, so I came out by 2 inches. So what I'm currently doing now is for me to join all the dotted parts together. I will explain that part again. From the 1-inch extension, I came out by 0.75. From the neckline, of course, I came out by 0.75, and at the upper part, the neckline part, and at the center part, close to the center part of our lapel, I came out by 2 inches. Then I joined all the daughters together by making a triangular form shape for me to be able to get the lapel part. So what I want to do currently is for me to get my armhole curve. So I came out by 0.5 inch at the center part of the armhole. So this is the outcome, the final outcome of our front part. You can see the way I'm folding it. You can see the way I'm folding it. You can see that our lapel has gotten its right shape now. This is the shape that I want. It depends on how wide you want it to be. You can decide to reduce it, and you can decide to increase it depending on what you want. So I've gone ahead to cut the facing of the front part. The wideness that I use here is actually 8 inches. So what I want to do currently is for me to cut the collar part of our pajamas. Aside getting the lapel very well, the next essential part is to get the collar part very well. So at the center part of the neckline, the front neckline, I came out by 1 inch, and at the shoulder line, I went up by 3.5 inches. So what I'm doing currently is for me to join that 3.5 inches to our neckline. So after joining the 3.5 inches to our neckline, I'll be coming out by 0.5 at that extension, so that the collar can be able to sit well on the clothes, so that the collar can be able to sit well on the clothes. So I came out by 0.5 inch. So the wideness of our collar, the wideness of the collar that I'll be using is, my wideness is 4 inches. So after getting the 4 inches, I joined the 4 inches with the former line that we've gotten. Then I joined that 4 inches also I made a straight line at that part too. So what I'll be doing now is for me to cut the collar. So remember that this is actually, when you want to cut this on the fabric, it must actually be in folded form. Your fabric must be in folded form. It must not cut, the collar must not be divided into two. So the fabric must be in folded form. So this is our collar. This is how to get the collar of our pajamas. So I went ahead to cut the back facing, the sleeve. For my sleeve, I added 2 inches sleeve bands to it. I don't want it to just be plain like that, so I added 2 inches band to it. So this is all the pattern paper, and of course I went ahead to cut the pockets too. The pockets that I used 8 inches by 8 inches. So I went ahead to cut the fabric with the use of the pattern paper. So once I was done with that, I added my stay to my fabric. The stay I used here was actually cloth stay. You can use any form of stay. So I went ahead to join the collar together, and remember that what I said, that the center part must not be slitted. So I was done with sewing it, and I gave it a very good press. Then after this, I folded the pocket part at the upper part. So I folded 2 inches in at the upper part, and I also gave it a good press. And the next thing I did was to take my sleeve to, I added the 2 inches extension. I added the 2 inches extension to the sleeve part. I added it to it. Then I also gave it a good press. So what I did next was for me to join all the front and the back facing together. I opened the stitches, and then I gave it also a good press. Also, I went ahead to join the front and the back bodies together, and when I was done with that too, I also gave it a good press. So as you can see that there is actually a stitches at the extreme edge of our collar. The reason is I have to join the lining and the main collar itself together, so that they won't be shaking while I am sewing it. And I got the center part on the collar, and of course on the main bodies, at the back neck of the main bodies. And if you can look very closely right now, you will see that one extension of the collar that I'm actually holding, one extension, there is actually an extension, one comes out longer than the other while pressing it. The reason is for me to be able to get the front, so that there won't be a situation whereby the lining is showing at the back of our collar. So I need the lining to go in very well. So what I'll be doing now is for me to join the collar with the main bodies. But the way I always sew, I'll be starting from the center part to the extreme edge of the clothes. Then I will come back to the center part to the extreme edge of the other part of the clothes. The reason is so that one part of the collar won't be much at one side, and then it won't be much at the other side. So I'm done doing that. I've taken the clothes and also the collar to the machine. I've joined it while starting from the center. So I'm done with that. So what I'll be doing now, before I use the facing to fold it, is for me to, you can wear it on the mannequin, you can wear it on yourself, and of course you can also lay it on the plain surface for you to be able to be sure that your lapel is sitting well, your collar is also sitting well on the clothes, so that there won't be a situation whereby you've already joined the interface with it, and then you now notice that it's not forming very well. That will make your work more very rough. So make sure that you test run it first. Make sure that the collar is sitting well. Make sure that the lapel is also laying very well before using the facing to join it. So, and of course I added the pocket. I've gone ahead to add the pocket also to our main bodies. I added the pocket also. So what I eventually got for the pockets was 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I don't want it to be too wide. 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And of course I went ahead to use the facing of both the front and the back to join that collar to cover all the stitches in, and I gave it a very good press. Pressing is a very important part of sewing, because that is actually where your work will be able to come out very nice and also neatly. So I gave it a good press when I was done, and of course I notched the collar part so that the collar will be able to sit well on the clothes. So for the pocket, this is how I got the pocket. From the shoulder line to where the pocket started from, I used my tape rule to get 18 inches. My pocket is starting from 18 inches, and the wideness from the center to where the pocket is starting from, I used 4.5 inches. The half on the 4.5 is actually the allowance to turn the front inside with. The facing, the remaining wideness is actually 4 inches. So I went ahead to join the sleeve to our pajamas. So this is our pajamas right here. So this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment. Also remember to put on your notification bell to be the first set of people to get notified after I post a new video. Bye.